Welcome to Universal Tarot. My name is Robin, and today let's do a what you need to know right now style reading. Let's see what you need to know right now, baby. Let's see what's being hidden from you, what's coming down the chute, what's next, what you need to know. Let's just see what's going on. We have and we'll take these cards in order. Milk and honey. Something that's a little bittersweet energy, and it's paired, and anchoring this is not for you. And now we have new life. All right, no more strife. You got a new life. Things are coming through. So it looks to me like there was a very challenging ending here, challenging time with the milk and honey. And then for you is the universe pushing you in a new direction, right? If we're talking about a relationship that wasn't the right person, job wasn't the right job, career wasn't the right field, town wasn't the right town. So whatever that element is, whatever difficult energy you're coming out of, that wasn't meant for you. We got a new life coming through. So let's see where the emphasis is. We'll see what we're talking about, see what's going on, and we'll get into this reading. So where is the emphasis? We got ourselves a little bit of Pluto. Oh yeah, you've definitely been through the ringer. Okay, but this is the phoenix rising from the ashes. The phoenix is literally rising from the ashes in this card. This is your ability to transform, take a leap forward, and rebirth. So there's definitely a rebirth, a regeneration, a rising energy here. Let's talk about it. Let's see what your guides, what Spirit wants to say. Let's see what you need to know right now. Spirit guides, talk to us. What? Ace of Wands. There's a lot of fire, a lot of passion. Let's move the cards closer to me. They're very far away. I don't know why, baby. All right, how does this affect or make the High Priestess? Look at you. Cancer, Pisces energy. You rocking those spiritual gifts. Very strong intuition energy. I just get this kind of keeping things to yourself type of energy here. There's the King of Swords. That's your advice or actions to take. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's a Knight of Swords. What's up with this Knight? The Magician. So the Knight of Swords is that energy of anger, frustration, resentment, impulsivity, moving quick. And it's just always a reminder to slow ourselves down as we're manifesting something new. Allow ourselves the time, the chance, the opportunity to heal, to release, to let go of this difficult energy that was, clearly taken from you. It wasn't for you. You're being pushed somewhere new. So there's an element here of kind of releasing and healing and manifesting something new. And we see that with what you need to know right now. You're in a manifestation period. If this is your reading and you're going in a transition phase, you're in a manifestation period. And the Ace of Wands here is all about being smart and wise about where you're planting your seeds. You do not want to plant your seeds in this new journey, this new cycle of your life, starting with a negative energy around you or a negative frequency or a lower energy, right? You want to start this new fresh start, smarter, wiser, stronger, more positively. So it's being smart and understanding how the weaves, your thoughts, your actions, your choices right now are creating your future. And what you need to know right now is the choices you make are planting the seeds into your reality. So be smart, be wise about your thoughts, your actions, what you're bringing in, because you're in a very strong, like I said, you are in a period there. Oh yeah, definitely. There it is. The page of Pentacles is the page of manifestation, right? Is creating and anchoring something in the material realm. And there's the message that you are the magician, you are the magus. There's a very strong energy of rise. So they want you to be very conscious of your thoughts and your actions right now, turning negatives into positive, focusing on solutions instead of problems, healing and letting go instead of anger and frustration. Because what you need to know right now is you are literally planting the seeds into this new chapter. And how the choices you make are going to depend how this is going to go for you. And that's how it affects you as the High Priestess. Knowing and understanding the power that you have. Knowing and understanding and using, when we look at the High Priestess, right? She always, typically will have some kind of book, some kind of scroll, something there with her. And I actually read several books and chapters of scholars debating this, but what I believe, based on what I read, and my understanding is this is your experience, this is your knowledge, your inner gnosis, the chapters of your life, the things that you've been through. And so it's going to make you feel experienced and wise, right? This is going to be tapping into your gifts, your intuition, your experience, your inner gnosis, and your understanding of spiritual law to create this new chapter for yourself. So we have a very strong element of fresh start, new beginning. You are weaving these, manifestation webs. But how else? I feel like with the High Priestess, it just makes you feel like it's like you got this type of energy, right? It's like you got this. Like you trust yourself. Yeah, look at this. There's the Ace of Cups, there's the High Priestess, and there's a Knight of Wands. So it's like, there's a Seven of Wands. It's exactly what I was saying. So it's like all the experience, everything that you've been through that's not for you has made you stronger, smarter, wiser. It's made you more determined than ever. It's made you realize what you do and do not want, how to recognize, you know, what you do and do not want. So it definitely makes you feel smarter and wiser. It makes you feel stronger and more aware. But I also feel like it's like you're coming into that understanding of the power you have and exactly what it is that you want. That's what you need to know right now, and that's how it makes you feel, baby. And now, King of Swords. What's this? This is your advice or actions to take. Is this you? Is this someone else? The King of Swords is the master of the mental plane, right? He's a very intelligent guy. He's very honest. The Four of Cups, it's you. This is you getting real serious about your options and the choices that you're going to, again, it's just kind of perceiving the power that you have. There's a very strong element of the principle of appreciation here. Really appreciating this past experience for what it taught you, how much stronger you are, the knowledge, the understanding you have now, the awareness, right? So there's a strong element of really choosing the principle of appreciation to see things from a higher perspective, a deeper layer here. That way you can create and manifest what it is you want. You do not want to create and manifest that situation again. Been there, done that. You do not want to go back. And that's why they really want you to examine and be honest about the options. You always have options. You always have choices. And it's really being honest and examining the choices, the options that you have, taking a moment. And again, we have that book symbolism, right? There's the book. So learn from that past experience and use those experiences as determination and motivation. The Two of Pentacles and the High Priestess have this beautiful gift and this theme in common. And that's that they go with the flow. They stay calm under pressure. They know they got a lot going on. They know there's a lot happening. She's got her eyes closed. She's got the pillar. She's staying balanced. She's staying there. She's going with the flow because she understands she's going to get where she needs to go. These feelings, this anger, this temporary, it's temporary. It's not going to be permanent. So it's weathering the storm. It's knowing when to speak, when not to speak, what to think, what not to think, the actions to take, and knowing that your ship is coming in. And it's just understanding the principle of rhythm here and making the choice to focus on, again, what you want and solutions as you're progressing forward here. There's your spiritual growth. What's the spiritual growth that's been learned with that Two of Wands? What's the spiritual forgiveness? The Seven of Swords is in reverse. Understanding forgiveness. So we have two choices when we get betrayed, when we have negative experiences. We can hold on to it and we can get stuck, or we can forgive and we can let go. And those are choices, and that choice is yours. And so what this is teaching you is forgiveness. The Two of Wands is all about making different choices, doing things differently. In this deck, it has the spiritual buck, which is why I asked what the spiritual lesson was. It's forgiveness, and it's learning to release and let go and not letting a negative situation or a person or a betrayal stop you from living your best life yet, because that's not fair to you. Is there anything else that they need to know, need to hear, need to be aware of? Is there some? Yep. Then we'll jump into the oracles. I want to do a potential outcome. I want to see how this manifestation is taking place, how this fresh start's going, if there's anything happening in the next month. There's that High Priestess, and there's the Death. Again, there's a very strong element here. Like, whoever this reading is for, whoever you are, baby, it's very important time of manifestation for you, like straight up. And they need you to see and understand and be very aware of your actions, your thoughts, right? Principle of mentalism is coming into play very strong in your reading, and the principle of appreciation. In order to bring in exactly what it is that you want, they want you to appreciate these challenging times, which can be tough, but you got to dig deep and you got to find the value of that experience and draw that in. What's the Death? What is it? What's the Death? What are you highlighting with the Death card? What's the change? What's the Death? What do you want? The Death. There's what they want you to do differently. It's letting judgment. It's really your thoughts. They want you to change the way you're looking at this. So can you tell me the lesson or how it benefited them? Like, for me, if I understand that, but it's a general reading. We'll see how specific they let me get. What is the lesson? How did this truly benefit, the collective, or who had the Nine of Swords, and it's literally learning to look. Okay, they're saying the same thing, so we're going to move on. There's the Four of Pentacles. It's learning to go with the flow and let go of what you cannot control, right? There's things that happen that are out of our control. We can't do anything about it. We can't change it. And when we look at the Nine of Swords, we have the owl and we have the ghost here. I love the way they depict it in this deck. We can learn from the past, the owl. We can become smarter, wiser, better, or we can let it haunt us. We can hold on to it. We can let us hold us back. And this is learning to be smarter and wiser and looking at the appreciation aspect of it. So if it was a betrayal from somebody, you know what? Now I know that about you. I'd rather know than not know you were doing that. All right. Now I know to recognize a liar, a cheater, a stealer, you know. So it really is just looking at this from a higher perspective, from that principle of appreciation, seeing the value. And they want me to use an example for myself, and I'm hesitant to do that. So, okay, so 9 months ago I had the worst haircut of my life. It was before I started this channel. You wouldn't have seen those videos on this one, but for those of you that came from my other channel, you would have seen me with the hat on and with really bad, like, it was awful. And so I had a choice, and I could wallow in my sorrow, and I did for a day or two. You know, when you get a really, really bad haircut and it's just, you can't do anything with it. It was tough, but it brought me to the best hairstylist I've ever met, because I went and got my hair corrected, or she couldn't correct it. She put extensions in. She couldn't fix it. These are extensions, part hair, part extensions, right, to fix the haircut. But I'm thankful for that, because first of all, now I have a good hairstylist. Now I have extensions, which I absolutely love, and I'll keep them as my hair grows longer, right? So it's like, it was a really shitty experience, but I got something really great from it, and it's really hard to find a good hairstylist. So it's just, that's the example I want to share. I don't know why, but they want me to, so that's just an example of shitty things happen. You can't control, you can't do anything about it. It just sucks. And if you focus on solutions, you focus on how it benefited you in the long run, that energy will shift and leave a lot quicker. So what does the collective need to surrender to when it comes to surrender your need to always be right? So give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help you to resolve conflicts, and it will improve your relationships. And your intuition, baby. Trust your intuition. Tune into your inner voice and be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. Now, we did have the Death card with that High Priestess card, which means you may have ignored a gut feeling or an intuitive message. And if that's the case for you, don't ignore that. You know, listen to that. You know, Carl Jung believes that when we get those intuitive messages, it's body language. We're picking up on subconscious clues via body language, and there's an alarm going off saying something ain't right, so trust that. What is the Akashic Record message here? Breakthrough. Everyone has their own comfort zone, but true growth can only be realized if you're brave enough to step out of it. So breathing, maybe deep breathe, but breaking through means challenging things were once thought to be impossible and overcoming your inner fears and your insecurities. That's where true growth happens. If you want to grab the spirit animal, and we'll jump back into the tarot. What is the spirit animal message here for the collective? We have dragonfly. Adaptability. So the dragonfly is a symbol of light and change. It is reminding you to bring a bit more lightness and joy into your life in order to bring the changes that are needed to reach your full potential. So approach things lightly. All right, let's do it. Let's get down to it. Let's get your potential outcome. Now, when I say potential, there's always free will. You're going to make the decisions you're going to make. And when I say outcome, let's see where you are in a month. Let's see what decisions you make. Let's see how they're manifesting in. Let's get the energy here at we're coming into around mid to end in December in a month. So it'll be Christmas time in a month. Anyway, okay. For those who celebrate Christmas, we have the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Wands in reverse, okay. Aries, Leo, Sag energy with this Queen of Wands, and she's looking right at that Eight of Wands in reverse. There's the Seven of Pentacles. There's the Devil. What's on the other side of that Devil? Capricorn energy. What direction is this card? It is in reverse. Four Swords in reverse here, okay. Judgment in reverse. It is a little bit of a cautionary tale, because what I see is more time being invested in the past and a strong attachment to the past than what's being invested in the future. The Judgment in reverse and the Lovers is making the decision to maybe focus on what's not best for you. And this is really about shifting your focus. There's the Ace of Pentacles. You have a fresh start here. You have a new beginning, and it's all about being excited about that fresh start and a new beginning, and cautious about what you're bringing in, because you don't want to bring in the past again. You don't want to go through that again. And they look at the Knight of Swords running away. They want you to run away from the past energy, that whatever it is that you're holding on to from that experience. There's the King of Cups. So understand that it's only temporary. It's not permanent. Allow yourself the time to heal, but if this is your reading, Spirit's telling it's time to move forward, because what's going to happen is you're going to manifest that again. You do not want to loop. You do not want to go in circles again. So it is time to maybe deep breathe and release. It is time to see that you have a chance, you have an opportunity here for something new, something different, a chance to do things differently, to have a different experience. And it's about taking that chance and creating something new instead of getting caught or trapped in something that is no longer for you. When that message comes out in a reading, for me as a reader, it means you have mastered this test. You've mastered this lesson. You don't have to deal with it anymore. They want you to see that. They want you to understand that. They want you to know the power that you have. And with the fact that this card came out, there might be a lack of closure. There might be something you got to say, something you don't appreciate. Sometimes we don't get that closure. It's like the Seven of Cups energy. We just got to move on without getting to say what we want to say, without proving our point. Or so, you know, when you're in like the shower and you're like, you got the best comeback. It's like, damn it, I should have said that. Maybe you should have. Maybe you should have, could have, would have. But you didn't get the chance. It's okay. That's the release energy. It's okay. You're going to move forward to something better. So they want you to see that. They want you to let go, and they want you to have the confidence to know that you can, right? With this Queen of Wands, the Queen of Wands is a very confident queen. She knows her power, and when we look at all this yellow, it represents inner enlightenment, right? Life has ups and downs, and what I feel is they're highlighting is that principle of rhythm. It's going with the flow. When things get rough, when things get down, when things go down, they do for everybody. Remember, they go back up. What goes up must come down. What come down, go back up. So it's just understanding those rhythms. It's going with the flow. It's learning that forgiveness, and it's knowing that right now you're at a critical and a pinnacle point in your life. Your thoughts and your choices will decide how that next cycle goes for you. So choose wisely, my friends. Stay optimistic, stay positive. Look at the past with reflection. Look at the past with appreciation. Look at the future with excitement. And you'll see a lot of beautiful blessings come into your reality. And there's the Page of Swords. It's learning how to transmute your thoughts and let go of the fear. There's the Queen on the chessboard energy. So it's learning not to worry, because you're going to get everything you want. You're going to get everything that you need. It's believing. That's a missing piece in a lot of people's, in my opinion, manifestation, is that belief. There's no need to worry. The divine spirit has your back. You got this. And there's that Queen on the chessboard. There's that Ten of Pentacles. There's the Tree of Life energy. There's your spiritual knowledge. So it's learning not to worry, and it's learning to focus on what you want, where you're going. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. That's what I got. That's what's up. And that's what you need to know right now. That's what your guys want to say. So I sure hope you guys enjoyed your reading. I do hope it resonated and benefited you. And as always, if you like my readings, if you like my style, I do ask that you like, comment, and subscribe. I got interrupted. I also want to add that it's not the strong that survive. It's the ones who adapt that survive. So there's some kind of adaptation and some kind of change that you're having to make, and they just want to remind you that adaptation is an excellent skill to master. Okay, but I do ask that you like, comment, subscribe. It does help my channel to grow, so thank you. I really do appreciate your support. And let's close your reading off with your final message. What's the final message for the collective? We got ourselves a couple. Okay, what do we have? Self-compassion is simply giving the same kindness to ourselves that we would give to others. Reach out to a loved one that you trust for advice. And I was about to put it over there because we have one more, but take time off. The world will not fall apart without you. Dedicate a day in the future to self-care. Plan a trip to see a new movie, a day at home reading your favorite book. Whatever activity will leave you feeling relaxed and refreshed. That's what I got. I truly wish you the best of luck. Until next time.